Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching, folks. We are in Belgrade, Serbia. It's the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament. It's game day 3, Group B, and it's the battle between Italy and Puerto Rico. Well, because of events with Senegal not able to play in this tournament really late on because of COVID, these two teams have yet to walk onto the floor until now, at least for a game. They've been practicing hard, getting ready for this moment. They understand what's at stake. You have to win the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament to earn your ticket to the Tokyo Games. They will both advance to the semifinals, but who will they play? So Philippines taking on the Dominican Republic in the second game tonight. And of course, very intriguing battle that one is as well. Both of them played exceptionally well, we thought, against Serbia. And Serbia will have the night off. So it's Italy and Puerto Rico kicking things off, or tipping things off, really, for basketball here in this theater of basketball, the Alexander Nikolic Hall. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Josh Davis. And Josh, exciting times. You know, both of these teams over the years have given international basketball some real thrills.
No, absolutely. Puerto Rico, you know, a very small island, maybe not a huge population, but produces phenomenal basketball players. We'll see some introductions here, and this is a team that's just trying to get back to the Olympics. You know, obviously this group of players hasn't had a chance to compete as Olympians. They played very well the World Cup in 2019. 4 of those players feature in this roster. They have a lot of reason to be confident. Obviously, they've been waiting all week to just, you know, lace them up and play a game. So we're expecting a well-played game here tonight.
Yeah. You know, it's a long time since they've been at the Olympics, and the last time they were at the Olympics, boy, did they ever cause a stir, winning on opening day against the USA back in 2004 in Athens. And of course, going ahead and making it all the way to the quarterfinals. This is an island nation that plays with a lot of heart, determination, and belief. And Eddie Cassiano there, the coach, of course, was in that team that won against the USA back in 2004. For Italy, that same 2004 is when they were last in the Olympics, and they made it to the final before falling to a great Argentina team. You know, that Italy team had some real legends for Italian basketball, and these guys hoping to bring the good times back.
Yeah, absolutely. Italy, you know, one of the European powerhouses. Some young faces on this team. You know, a couple of veterans as well. Obviously, you know, Niccolò Melli, one of those guys that they'll be really counting on. But then you also have the young guy, Niccolò Magnin, who obviously is in the NBA now, the Golden State Warriors. You know, he's played for Italy a couple of times at the youth level. Also played, I believe, in one of the qualifiers a few years back. And you can see there, you know, the head coach,
Mayo Sacchetti, who won the silver medal back in 1980 playing for Italy in Moscow. So we're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems. See the referees for today's game lining up there: Johan Rosso, Omar Bermudez, and Yener Yilmaz from France, Mexico, and Turkey. And you can see the players from Italy and Puerto Rico. The Italian team had decided to kneel to show support for the current movement around social justice and racial equality. There were some incidents a couple of days ago in Italy between a group of people and the police.
So you see the two teams here shaking hands. Great show of sportsmanship before this international matchup. And we'll get to know a couple of the players for these two teams. Again, they both have qualified for the semifinal of this particular Olympic qualifying tournament. Here's the starting five for Puerto Rico: Isaiah Piñero, George Condit, Gary Brown, Tamaj Parker, and Gian Clavel. Few faces from that World Cup 2019 in China, including Brown, Piñero, and Clavel. And then also off the bench, you can see those players.
Yeah, Jorge Brian Diaz, one of those who was the only one that actually played in the last FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament back in 2016.
Here you can check out Gian Clavel's stats from the 2019 World Cup in China: 13 points per game and 3 rebounds. He also had a great performance in the America Cup qualifiers for the 2022 tournament, averaging 20 points per game. He shot 62% from 3 in those qualifiers.
Eddie Casiano, I mentioned that he played for Puerto Rico when they beat USA back in 2004. Was a teammate of Carlos Arroyo, and he was a big-time player in that game. But also goes back even further. 1992, played against MJ in the USA Dream Team in Barcelona.
The Italian starting five: Marco Spisu, Stefano Tonut, Niccolò Meli, Simone Fontecchio, and Achille Polonara,
who has really emerged.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a great season this past year for Baskonia. I think he had 5 double-doubles in the EuroLeague. Next year he'll be with Fenerbahce. But Niccolò Meli, obviously playing in the NBA for the Dallas Mavericks, started his career there with the New Orleans Pelicans. Not the best season statistically. You can see there 4 points per game, playing about 14 minutes, but he is a winner. He's won a championship in Italy, in Germany, and in Turkey, and that's the reason he's able to make it to the NBA, because he's such a tremendous role player. And
of course, Mayo Sacchetti is a winner as well, and just so passionate about his, association, his love for basketball, his love for his country, and both of these coaches I've got a lot of time for. I love to see them out here with their national teams. So Italy came so close when they hosted the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament last time. You see Puerto Rico, 9 appearances in the Olympic Games, and we talked about their last appearances, the last appearance back in 2004. Of course, they've been playing in some FIBA Basketball World Cups since then and FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournaments. In Italy, 12 appearances in the Olympic Games, and the last one also in 2004, a legendary team that had Radulovic, Gianluca Basile, Giacomo Galanda, Matteo Soragna, Dennis Marcanato, Pizzeco, Alex Righetti, Rambaldoni, Bulleri, Mian, Giacic, and Gotti. So, and coached by Carlo Recicalti. And I think what made that run to the final all the more incredible was that nobody really saw it coming.
Right.
That was a great Olympic tournament.
Also, don't forget these two teams matched up in the second round of the FIBA World Cup in China, with Italy edging Puerto Rico 94-89. Although very different players in this team, but still maybe a little bit of revenge from Puerto Rico.
And one more point about 2004, Josh.
Come.
Italy beat Puerto Rico in the quarterfinals.
Okay, so these two teams, they know each other.
Yeah, historically, they know each other very well. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament here in Belgrade. And Puerto Rico wearing the red, winning the opening tip. Great job there by George Condit, and attacking the basket immediately. Boy, that was a signal of intent from the very beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely execution on the tip there. Pinheiro tapping it out to Brown, who attacks the basket. Parker hitting the offensive glass, and an early foul. 6 seconds in.
Parker well short at the line. Timaj Parker, and you'll probably hear about that one back at the hotel, certainly if they win. And a couple of misses, so not how the Boricua wanted to start things off. Spissu back to Meli. And foul called on Parker.
You see there, just a little bit of a reach, grabbing Meli's arm. So both teams with early fouls.
Tonu, who again played in the last FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament, gets inside, misses, and Polonara challenges for the rebound. And it's going to be basketball for Italy because Parker, I think, was out of bounds.
Well, only 1.9 seconds on the shot clock, so they'll have to let it fly very, very quickly here.
Spissu tries to get to Meli, does, and he had a great look and couldn't get the drop. Pinheiro does tremendous talent, had a great year at VF Riga. Played in the Basketball Champions League. Brown at the stripe, the captain.
Yeah, nice pull-up jump shot right at the free throw line from Gary Brown to get the scoring started here this afternoon.
Polonara, oh, and there you go. He's big, but he has got a feathery touch.
Yeah, defensive breakdown, leaving Polonara wide open. 44% three-point shooter on the season. Definitely want to close out on him.
Probably one of the better stories in Italian basketball. A foul down low on Meli. I would think in a way that Polonara kind of reminds me of Gigi Datome, kind of the way he blossomed all of a sudden. And that was his three-pointer. So Parker getting into it with Meli a little bit already. Brown inbounds it to Clavel. Only white shirts under for the rebound. Sacchetti over there watching as Spissu gets down low on the cut and he gets the layup.
Great offense there from the Italians. Spissu does a little bit of everything for this team. It's an easy layup for his first bucket.
Another player also in the Basketball Champions League with Spissu, with Sassari. Oh, good dump, and there's Condit, who is a good conduit for some good things to happen.
Well, he's the youngest player on this team, just 20 years old, still technically in college, but coming out here with an aggressive dunk.
Spissu, good box out by Condit, keeping Polonara away from the basketball. Clavel. I think if he'd gone up with that, he might have had 2 free throws, but foul called on Spissu.
You can tell the referee's calling it tight here early. Already 3 fouls for Italy, as you see here the dunk, and Meli making a business decision to not challenge that.
Yeah, that was a bad investment if he wanted to remain in the game. Picking up fouls. Pinheiro not able to get the drop. Condit not able to get the ball away from Polonara. Already watching how these teams started, you can sense that the teams that are going to come from Group A, they're going to have a real battle on their hands. Some talent, some ferocity in both of these teams. Meli. Fontecchio. Brown goes around Spissu, launches it from the arc, downtown from Gary Brown.
Yeah, nice looking stroke. You see the defender goes under the screen and they just give him too much room. Brown knocks down the open shot.
Meli. Tremendous rebound from Fontecchio and putback.
Yeah, that was a strong rebound and finish. Wow. Yeah, really like the intensity here early on. Both teams competing at a very high level. But another foul here for Italy. So Puerto Rico will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
It's kind of like they've been like a big pot of water boiling for 2 days. For 3 days. In fact, they should have been taken off the iron. What was it? Off the eye a couple of days ago. But Senegal, unfortunately, not able to make it, and they've saved up all of that oomph and energy for this game.
Yeah, keep in mind the loser of this game will face Serbia on Saturday in the first semifinal, or the semifinal, I should say. So, you know,
yeah, they've already clinched first place.
So ideally, you win this game, and you know you'll probably face Serbia on Sunday if you make it past the semifinal. Referees just seems to be a scoring issue on the scoreboard. Just made that adjustment.
There's Brown. Oh,
oh no.
Polonara. Oh, no. Goodness me.
Not the ankle breaker.
Cross him up just a little bit. He liked that matchup. Brown. Tonut. Good answer by Puerto Rico. Condit took the pump fake. And now Polonara throws it away to Brown. Quickly into transition. Clavel. There you go.
Silky, smooth finish there from Clavel.
Now Spisu gets it to Meli, and he passes it back out to Tonu, who can shoot it. That's a 2 if it drops. And Meli not able to corral it.
That seemed to have gone off of Meli. See it again here on the replay.
Yeah, that went off Meli's left hand.
Yeah.
I think he didn't have the right angle. Mayo Sacchetti, a fiery competitor as a player, equally as a coach. Doesn't want to give away any possessions. But if he had seen what we had seen, he would know. The referees were right on it.
Well, if I'm Coach Castellano, I like my start defensively, only allowing 7 points here in the first 5 minutes.
Brown has got Polonara yet again. Is he going to go past him? Yes, he is. He's going to go right to the basket. And that is a favorable matchup for Puerto Rico.
Well, if Italy continues to switch on the ball screens, Puerto Rico will just take advantage of the one-on-one opportunities.
Tonut from the left corner. It's good.
That puts an end to a 6-0 run there by Puerto Rico. You mentioned it, Tonut can shoot it. Had a great season this year for Venezia. 40% from 3, 16 points per game, as Clavel can't answer.
And here's Condit. Boy, he is impressed. Good job, Meli, knocking it off the rim. That Condit is really he's a keeper, isn't he? It's no surprise he's in the starting lineup.
Yeah, he's in there for his size and his energy. Great shot blocker, high riser. Seen it a couple times here already. As Gandia checks into the game for the first time. And Puerto Rico has a very good roster. You're going to see a lot of guys here in this game.
Ball inbounded to Pinheiro. Paiola also in for Italy, number 54. Won the Italian title with Virtus Bologna. Also, there's Gandia. Condit with the rebound and put back. He is taking over down low.
Hey, this young man, this Iowa State Cyclone is a force of nature here so far this afternoon. Give him already, what's that? 4 points on 2 electrifying dunks.
I think the only player more excited than Condit was Brown. Fontecchio kind of stumbling a bit, able to catch himself. Now, here comes Toto again. And this time is Condit with the reach and the foul. Also changes coming for Italy. Number 17, Gianpaolo Ricci coming into the game. So taking a seat is Meli. Tonu, that's a 2. It's an air ball. The hand was in the face by Clavel, but they get it back. Fontecchio from the arc. That's good.
Yeah, nice looking stroke there from Fontecchio. Very hard to defend after not just an offensive rebound, but especially an air ball.
Ortiz in the game as well, number 32 for Puerto Rico. Parker back in. Gandia puts it up, and the lefty's got a shot, doesn't he? Another three-pointer for Puerto Rico.
Hey, Gandia, another one of those young stars in the making for Puerto Rico. Was the 3rd pick in the Puerto Rican Basketball League out of college at University of North Florida. And Fontecchio can't answer with a 3 this time.
Clavel pulls up. They haven't gotten him going yet. Fontecchio, he's been solid.
Yeah, 6'8", small forward. Now it's 7 points. A little bit of inside-out game so far on display here in this first quarter.
Gandia over to Clavel. Will this be it? Yes, it is. The 3.
Some nice looking action there to free up Clavel on the wing. Gandia knew where to throw it.
Polonara. Puerto Rico have been impressive in this opening stanza. Three-pointer, and Clavel this time a little long. Offensive movement drying up a little bit for Puerto Rico. Ricci out on the perimeter. Polonara backing up against Parker. Fontecchio has had the touch, and this time it bounces over the backboard.
Fontecchio asking for a sub. Seems to be a little tired as Nico Mannion checks into the game for the first time, and Meli also coming back in. See here, Fontecchio. This is the 3 that he knocked down just a few possessions ago. Then Clavel, or sorry, that's Gandia. And this time Clavel. So both teams knocking down 3s, 3 threes apiece.
Well, drilling another one for Puerto Rico.
Sosa.
I'd say he's Sosa as a player. Here you go, Meli.
Well, you can't leave him open.
And Paolo, good job getting inside. He's going to bring it back out, or he's going to try to. And kind of a hack called by Pinheiro.
Yeah, reaching in. Payola plays the point guard position, 6'4". As you see Sosa, again, the defense just kind of backing off, wide open space, and you see the stroke from Sosa.
Keep an eye on Nico Mannion. Of course, he's had been electrifying at times in his young life. There's Meli.
Meli struggling so far from the field. 0 of 4 overall. Now Italy down 9 as we count down this final minute of the first quarter.
Sosa again.
That's a tough shot. Very contested. Good defense there from Abbas. And they'll pull it back out. Run the clock down, one possession, about a 2 to 3 second differential.
That'd be good, I would imagine. Are we going to see Mr. Mannion put it up?
They have a foul to give.
He does launch it, and he does make it. And that's a big-time player right there. Sosa from midcourt.
Well, they were practicing those the other day.
You got to put some money on the floor, though. That's the problem. The money wasn't there. Although Mannion didn't need money for his shot. Look at this. He is money.
Yeah, Ortiz got caught out on the switch. Mannion's eyes lit up, and he lights up the basket.
And Marco Spisso knows how important that basket was for Italy, who had some struggles there. But that basket made it 24-18 in favor of Puerto Rico over Italy at the end of one.
Well, we see the first quarter stats. Puerto Rico came out guns blazing. Shot about, well, exactly 50% from the field, from 2 and from 3. Italy also knocking down 4 3-pointers, just at a little bit less of an efficient clip. And we'll check out the best plays of that first quarter action. There were quite a few highlights. Gary Brown getting things started for Puerto Rico. See there, Polonaro, we mentioned his effective shooting. Hopefully you get a chance to see that.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's the big-time dunk.
Yeah, I mean, Condit left his calling card here right in that first quarter. There's a man that can play the game, as well as Brown. And they really did give Puerto Rico a nice platform to build on. I mean, they scored 24 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, no, very efficient. Hit the offensive glass as well.
Scoring a variety of ways.
They also did not turn the ball over in that first quarter. So I don't think they could have played any better offensively. Shooting the ball well, taking care of the ball, playing good defense. On top of that, got some points in the paint. So Italy.
4 different players hitting 3-pointers as well, so they're spreading it around. You know, 4 of 8 from the arc. And, you know, it's interesting, no turnovers for Puerto Rico. So, as you said, perhaps the most impressive. I mean, how many times do you see a team go through an entire quarter without a turnover?
At what point will they get their first turnover? Or do they have a perfect half of a careful basketball rather than careless? Oh, Mannion turns the corner.
Wow. He was quick. Here comes Puerto Rico.
Oh, good give and go.
And another 2.
Well, there you see Gandia. He's one of those players who, you know, it's a rare club in the NCAA. 1,000 points, 500 assists. All-time leading assist man at University of North Florida. And that was a great pass there to Anthems for his first basket.
Payola. Ricci. And the Italians struggling a bit. Awudo Abbas back to Ricci again.
That's a confident player right there, taking back-to-back threes. Wasn't able to connect on either.
I think won the European qualifiers, or sorry, the qualifiers for the Eurobasket, did Ricci. Ortiz, and another one from 3-point range. And it could not be going any better right now for Puerto Rico, who had their biggest lead of the game, 11 points.
Yeah, great skip pass there across the court to the open man in the opposite corner.
Melli loses it as he attacks the basket now. Awudo Abbas reaches in and commits the foul. Tell you, the teams from the Americas in the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournaments have really come out and done well.
There you see again, Melli closes out with his hands down, and we all know the saying.
So you can't see it right now on the screen, but Payola came out limping and has gone down to the end of the bench to get some treatment.
Ehi, ragazzi, sapete cos'è? Sembra che andiamo una marcia in meno. Sembra che vadano il doppio di noi. Come cazzo è possibile? Poi qui stiamo a parlare, o non facciamo niente o stiamo in 4 qua. 4 con un uomo libero lì dall'altra parte.
Dai, forza, forza raga, andiamo. Parliamo, non stiamo parlando, dai. Aiutiamo.
Nick, guarda me, frega un cazzo, ci servi adesso in queste cose qua, ok? No, parlavo con lui. Andiamo!
Dai, 2, 3, dai!
Josh, one thing that I've seen from Italy already, there's Paiola, that was when he was feeling healthy. You can see where Nico Mannion can be a real difference maker for this team. He's young though. Is he going to be able to seize the day, so to speak? Because they're crying out for somebody right now to kind of take control, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Italy's offense mostly predicated on ball movement, player movement. Obviously, Nico Mannion, one of those guys who can create his own shot and create shots for his teammates. But, he's young. He's the youngest player on his team, 20 years old, coming off the bench. He has to exert himself a little bit, be a little bit more aggressive. Team's down 11.
But, it doesn't matter who's on the floor for Puerto Rico right now. They're all playing well. Here's Gandia. Look at him, gets it back to Parker. He tried to throw it down, but it's been their half. It goes to Andujar. And Ortiz, another three. Parker keeps it alive. And Meli called for the offensive foul, raised his left elbow to clear out, didn't he, when he was running down the floor?
Yeah, smart play there by Andujar, just, somewhat initiating the contact and really selling the contact. But it's been a struggle for Meli thus far here. Second foul. No, he's scoreless. And he is the captain, so they'll look for him to turn things around once he gets back on the floor.
But this, to be honest, effort from Puerto Rico does remind me of 2004 when they came out with that chippiness, that attitude. And even though Parker missed that dunk, that was exactly what they wanted from him, to go up strong. He just didn't make the shot. Sosa. Here's Mannion. Ricci, finally something good happens for the Azzurri.
Early secondary transition look there for Ricci. Just a little two-man game action with Mannion. Wide open shot, finally knocks it down.
Sosa, look at him. His floater a little bit too strong, a little bit too much. Abbas, open floor. Italy have numbers. Spissu.
Seen a few players slip out there, probably a little bit of moisture on the court. And Parker called for the reach. Just a little slow moving the feet as Polonara drove, and Parker's gonna have to come back out, picking up his second foul.
You're talking about, Josh, as we look at Gary Brown coming back in and Clavel and Condit, about Ricci here. You know how many threes he made in the European qualifiers for the Eurobasket?
More than one, I'm going to guess.
Let's put it this way. He made a lot more threes than he made twos. 18 of 33 from three-point range compared to 12 of 24. I mean, he's a good shooter, but he's not afraid to cut it loose.
Yeah, I think he averaged, 13.5 points per game in those Eurobasket qualifiers. It really was a consistent presence for them.
Abbas.
So both teams cooling off just a little bit here in the second quarter.
Now Ricci tries to do it Ortiz, but Ortiz just takes him right to the hoop.
Like I say, you reach, I teach. Again, when a player reaches, it gives him, the offensive player, a little bit of space.
Oh, wonderful play by Mannion in the pass, and they go back outside to Spissu. Mannion wide open for three.
Oh, he's not going to get a better look than that.
Andujar, meanwhile, into the paint, puts it up and in.
Nice footwork on the drive. Again, early transition offense this time for Puerto Rico. And it really is just a number of guys. That's 7 different players have more than 2 points right now for Puerto Rico.
That was a 5-point swing. Here's Abbas, takes the contact from Condit.
Yeah, he picks up his second foul.
I like it, though. He's patrolling, isn't he? He's like, not in here, my friend.
Well, he's one of the Big 12's premier shot blockers. Just a little bit late. If you take another look at that drive there, a little skip hop from Andahar.
Was there a jump in there as well? Skip hop and a jump? Okay, so ideal start for the Puerto Ricans, for the Boricua. And Italy just trying to keep it together at this point. Abbas makes the first.
And Puerto Rico seems to have a lot of the momentum. Just playing with more energy so far.
And Richie called for a foul, a push on Clavel, a little bit of contact.
See Puerto Rico just bringing more size off the bench. Jorge Brian Diaz checks in for the first time. 6'11".
Interesting. I guess Cassiano heard you saying 2 fouls uncounted. Coach Cassiano figures, well, this is a good time to bring in big Jorge Brian Diaz.
Of course, Diaz also part of that World Cup team in China.
Step back, Clavel. Good! Oh. Unbelievable.
That was a tough catch, too. He was flying down that baseline.
4-point play opportunity. I thought for a moment there, Clavel's foot might be out of bounds. I'd like to see it again.
I think he kept the toes on the court, the heel off the ground. Let's have another look, as you said.
Aren't you the eagle eye?
1, 2.
No, you're right. He was in bounds.
And Richie not too pleased with his second foul.
So, again, Puerto Rico now with their biggest lead of the game. But the only good thing you could say for Italy right now is the fact that there's a long way to go to turn this thing around, because I dare say the Boricua could not have started any better.
Yeah, 6 of 11 from 3 now, shooting 52% overall, starting to heat up yet again.
Oh, Tonu turns it over. Mayo Sacchetti is going to call timeout. Next dead ball. Can this Puerto Rico team continue to kind of turn the screw? Brown back to Clavel.
Good contest there from Abbas.
Fontecchio to Abbas, goes behind his back to avoid Clavel. Back outside, Spissu from the left. Polinara, little jump hook.
Well, that's exactly what he did for Basconia this past season. Averaged 12 points, 6.5 rebounds per game, had a number of double-doubles. You can see there, Polinara, the big man, just, slowing down his momentum a little bit. Seems like Puerto Rico just playing extremely well.
Mala mía, Rojo. Mala mía, Rojo.
¡Ey! Que se joda. Mira, Senegal, ¿verdad? 4, 5, 3, perdón, 2, 3. Vamos a cogerlo, pase, ¿verdad? Vamos al handoff. I want you, y tú te vas a venir aquí. Cuando venga el handoff, Jorge, va a hacer la cortina, ¿verdad? Si tiene el lane, lo tiene, pero mira lo que quiero. Te esconde en la esquina, 4 opens. So when he gets this pick here, get in so we can get him. They got a hedge. They can't stop him. Y te tengo a ti ahí. Te tengo aquí, yo tengo la penetración. No hay nada. No hay nada. Vamos directamente. Flat pick with the 2, with the 1, 4, and 3. Okay? Hey!
There he is, Eddie Cassiano, all smiles. I mean, we've enjoyed watching both these teams, but especially Puerto Rico today, but they will know as much as anybody that 12 points can disappear. A 12-point lead can disappear very quickly especially the way Italy shoot the basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. No lead is safe, especially in the first half. So they'll try to keep adding to it while Italy tries to cut it down. Same action again, the double pin downs for Clavel. Trying to free him up. Good defense from Italy.
Brown dribbles back to his right. Into the corner it goes. Andujar. It's good. Wow.
Well, these guards are doing a great job of just keeping the dribble alive, breaking down the defense, and then kicking it out to shooters. And like you said, they're just spreading it around.
Polinar puts it on the deck. Boy, that was a strong move. Puerto Rico perhaps more than happy to give away the foul there. Jorge Brian Diaz.
You see there the three-pointer from Andujar. He's now the 6th player for Puerto Rico to knock down an outside shot beyond the three-point line.
I mean, they are shooting it exceptionally well from deep. 7 of 12. Tonu had that shot blocked. Andujar rebounds it over to Brown. Diaz spins, a little jump hook from Diaz. Jorge Brian Diaz just getting it done. Everybody is for Puerto Rico.
Well, the rule is if you play for Puerto Rico and you're on the court, you have to score apparently in this first half.
Awudu Abbas.
Well, there's going to be free throws here for Italy and a loose ball foul. They're going to call it on Diaz.
Italy just have to ride the storm right now. It has been impressive stuff from Puerto Rico. Good hustle by Fontecchio. So they got a lot of experience over on that Puerto Rico bench with Casiano, with Manolo Centron, former head coach, in fact, of Puerto Rico. Obviously Carlos Arroyo over there is, you know, helping out as well.
Yeah, his new role as general manager of this team. We saw him at practice, just really working with the guys, trying to help them out.
I mean, he was such a huge character. He almost became too big because everybody, you know, kind of deferred to him. Right now they're sharing it around, but this time Brown, I think they called the charge on Brown.
Yeah, an offensive foul. Use that either the right shoulder. We'll have another look here. Gets into the lane. And right there, kind of the right shoulder, forearm. I mean, great sell there from Spissu to draw the offensive foul.
Tonu trying to pass, he does, and that was a great catch. They got to hold on to the ball strong there. Tessitore, Amadeo Tessitore.
Yeah, you see they wanted a jump ball on that, then a couple of reaches.
I think they probably
free throws.
Yeah, I think they probably did well to get out of that with a foul call, to be honest, because Puerto Rico were playing pretty good defense. Gilberto Clavel's into the game now, number 41.
Obviously the brother, the older brother of Jean Clavel.
Brotherly love.
Those are proud parents right there. You got the
wow,
kids
incredible. There's a party at their house watching this game. Absolutely. Spissu goes out. Italy looked a little tired to me for a team that hasn't played for a couple of days. That extra rest, whereas Puerto Rico have that extra bounce in their step.
Absolutely. Brown wants to switch.
Shot clock about to expire. He's got to get it up. He does with a little runner. And Fontecchio, well, he had the rebound, had it taken away, and then he did a great job defensively to get it back, Fontecchio. And he's fouled out on the perimeter. You know what was interesting about that rebound at the other end by Fontecchio? He tried to rebound with a lot of authority to make a statement, and Brown just took it away from him. But that's great work there to get it right back.
Yeah, you saw it, got a piece of the ball. And on the other end, going coast to coast, draws the foul on Clavel. And this is a great way to kind of slow down the momentum. You know, third straight trip to the free throw line. Obviously, they're knocking them down as well. Italy perfect so far. That's a charity stripe.
That's a great point. I mean, you know, they have been struggling for points. So you stop the clock, collect yourself.
You get to set up your defense as well.
They're perfect at the line, making the most of those opportunities. Puerto Rico, meanwhile, 1 of 3 at the line. Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Backcourt violation.
So just like that, now you can see the momentum slowly starting to shift. It's an 11-point game, obviously, down from what was a 17-point lead just moments ago. And Puerto Rico with 3 different players with 2 fouls, Pinheiro, Condit, and Parker.
You hate that kind of I mean, that's one thing they haven't done, though. They've 3 turnovers now in the second quarter. They didn't have any in the first. And you certainly don't want to turn over if you're the point guard like that.
And another foul, more free throws.
And Clavel puts Tonut on the free throw line. So that's his second foul. He's picked up pretty quickly.
See, just a little late there, sliding his feet.
Nine of 9. The free throw shooting game always crucial, isn't it?
Well, this is potentially an 8-0 run from Italy, all from the free throw line.
Wow, it is.
And it really just deflates a team, right? When you commit these fouls. And oh, big screen from Clavel. Ring the bell, Clavel. Another stop though for Italy.
Polonara. Puerto Rico need a good shot here. Brown spins, turns, puts it up and in.
Nice move there from Brown, who obviously plays his professional basketball in Italy. So
he knows all these guys.
He's ready for him.
Well, most of them anyway. Fontecchio, Tessitore. Wow. Great footwork from Tessitore.
Yeah, patience. Taking his time, getting as close to the rim as possible. And then just a left hand little jump hook. And another backcourt here.
Wow. Gregory Brown is going to be upset with himself. And now Nico Mannion knocks it out of Gregory Brown's hands, who was holding on to it, had words for him.
Well,
Open the ante, and it looks like Gary Brown's got a cut on his left eye. Look at this.
You see Mannion just applying a little bit of ball pressure. Can't let the ball handler be too comfortable. Leads to another turnover.
You know, we were thinking Mannion, well, it could potentially turn the game for Italy with his offense, but it's his defense has come up with a couple of big plays. Here he is again.
And they got to get another stop here, keep the deficit under 10 going into the halftime break.
Clavel gets down low, back outside to his brother. Puerto Rico cooling off a little bit.
Gonna slow it down for the final shot.
Halftime coming at the right time for them, giving them a chance to reorganize. And Italy have gotten it down to single digits, and they'd like to get even closer.
Mannion wants to go one-on-one here.
This time Brown reaches in. Well, he definitely got a lot of ball there. I think it's the way that he came down on the ball, which kind of perhaps suggests to the referee. Weren't you always taught to come up from under the ball?
Absolutely. When you reach, you gotta be more careful. You see there Tessitore and Mannion talking about the execution there. Tessitore wanted to set a screen for him, and Mannion waved him off, so they're just figuring it out.
If he makes both of these, Puerto Rico has some time for a last shot, though, so that's one good thing. 4.1 seconds. Free throw line has been crucial for Italy in this second quarter. Here's Brown. I assume he knows how much time is left. He gets it off. Did he get it off in time? Looked like he perhaps lost sight of that. And you have to say that Italy did steal the momentum there over the last few minutes of that first half. And how big will that be in this game? Puerto Rico lead it 44-37 over Italy at halftime.
Well, here are the stats from the first 20 minutes of action. Italy, the free throw line has been very kind to them, 12 for 12. You see Puerto Rico doing most of their damage from the three-point line, knocking down 7 from the great beyond and shooting about 47% overall. The rebounding +1 for Italy. Assist to turnover ratio has not been too kind to Italy. 5 assists to 6 turnovers, although Puerto Rico did commit 4 turnovers in that second quarter after a very, very good job in the first quarter taking care of the basketball. So we knew that Italy had a run in them. We didn't expect it to come from the free throw line, but it has come from there. You see the leading scorers for both sides. Brown leads all scorers with 11. Fontecchio with 9. And we're going to be in for probably a very good second half. Italy could have let the game get away from them. They were down 17 and able to get it down to 7 here as we check out the best plays of the first half.
So remember, this is the first game for these two teams in this FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament here in Belgrade, with the other team in Group B, Senegal, not able to take part, something that was decided very late, but they had failed COVID tests in Germany. And despite the attempts by FIBA and also the German Basketball Federation, their attempts to help the Senegalese Basketball Federation, they could not get them out. So it meant that these two teams showed up today. This is their first game. Puerto Rico, just an exceptional start to the game. And that first 5 minutes, they always say it's important in the second half, and usually for the team that's behind. But I would suggest that that first 5 minutes is going to be more important for Puerto Rico to try to restore their hegemony or superiority in the game, because they were on top of Italy. And, you know, they got into a little bit of foul trouble, and that free throw line has brought Italy right back.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing about using a lot of players and getting contributions from different guys, you're not sure who your rotation is, right? Who your main 5 are going to be. And I think obviously this is the first game. They're still trying to figure that part out. But yeah, in the second half, like you said, we'll see who Coach Castellano can really rely on to make sure they don't squander the rest of this lead.
So lots of action going on. Of course, Slovenia and Poland were meeting today, and that was viewed as the first big test for Luka Doncic and Slovenia after their big win over Angola yesterday. And well, turns out Slovenia rolled to a 112-77 victory, hitting 18 of 32 shots from three-point range. We were watching that. Doncic hit 4 of 8, and Klemen Prepelic 3 of 6. Just a extraordinary effort. And I think probably the people in Kaunas, the Lithuanians anyway, are probably thinking, uh-oh, our streak of going to the Olympic Games might be in danger. Anyway, we're going to take a break. At halftime, Puerto Rico lead it 44-37 over Italy.
Again, they're looking for Marjanovic. There's the double team.
Bounce pass, Davidovich. Well, you get the double team, somebody's open.
Well, it's almost like they anticipated the help coming, and then perfect cut to the basket. Marjanovic, nice drop-off pass.
Still a lane for the floater up for the throwdown and a whistle. In these, let's just say cute alley-oop. As Kovacic goes up the other, whoa, what a block! Morea just got back in transition, he just outworked everybody. And when you're looking for something to inspire, this is what could do it. Ripnik slices through the hard show. Oh, well, maybe they overpass. The three is good.
That is a thing of beauty. Second half action underway here in the Alexander Nikolic Hall, and right away, Dobric reminds us that also he does have some hops as he comes in and catches the alley-oop pass and flushes it.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
You are down by 7 points in the first half. What would you like to improve?
We have to play better defense, better than the first 15 minutes, and make a more easy basket when you are open free. But the problem is we have to play better in defense against the guard of Puerto Rico.
Thank you very much.
That is the key. We have to play better this, because they scored 20 points in the first half, both the guard.
Coach, after a great start, 0 turnovers in the first quarter, you kind of slowed down in this by the end of second quarter. What would you like to say?
We were consistent in the first quarter. The second quarter, we got a little bit rattled. They put a little pressure on us. We have to have more patience. They continue playing the same way. We're not accustomed to playing this style of basketball for a long time, so we got to continue to maintain our concentration and try to have more laps of longer laps of playing good basketball.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
(44-37), Puerto Rico on top of Italy, but you have to say right now the momentum is with the Italians after they cut double-digit deficit down to just 7 points. I think it was, what was it, 17 points was the biggest lead for Italy, excuse me, for Puerto Rico. And well, you have, if you're Italy, you have to feel a lot better about how things look. We don't know if Poyola's going to come back. Looked like he had like an ankle injury, but certainly Nico Mannion, and a lot of promise shown by the Italians rather, in that last few minutes.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure who you'd rather be right now, right? Italy didn't play their best basketball. They only shot 31% from the field, 10 to 32 overall. So obviously on their locker room, they're talking about, hey, if we just hit some shots, we'll right back in this game. Meanwhile, for Puerto Rico, you played well in the first half, but then you only find yourselves up 7. So, trying to replicate that effort that they had in the first, like we said, 15 minutes or so. That will be the key, getting in transition again. They had 6 fast break points, but really none at the end there. You heard there Coach Sacchetti talking about the guard play. Clavel with 9, Brown with 11. They're really going to concentrate on slowing down those guards, putting more ball pressure on them. That's where you saw Nico Mannion really excel, causing a few turnovers there. As you see the leaders for Italy, Fontecchio, 9 points and 5 rebounds. Medley with 2 assists. Again, he's been scoreless here so far in 10 minutes of action and has 2 fouls. So Medley...
Non voglio chiamare time out dopo un minuto perché facciamo 2 cagate in difesa. Non voglio Stiamo, forza! 1, 2, 3, forza!
If you have them, you go for the dunk. We don't have nothing. I want the 5. We pass to the 5. See, we can get a handoff. We don't get the handoff. Boom. Set a pick. You going late. And then you get the handoff with you. I'm gonna have patience, okay? 5. Huh? Si tú estás 2 aquí. 5, 5, right? Receive. They deny. Go through, set a screen and see they switch. If they switch late, okay, we post. We open up, 4 opens up. If the point guard switches with him.
Josh, one of the stranger lines really was Gary Brown. I mean, he was at times the best player on the court, 11 points. He had 6 assists, couple rebounds, also came up with 3 steals. But, Puerto Rico only have 4 turnovers, all in the second quarter, all from Gary Brown. So, there was a patch there where things all of a sudden kind of broke down for him. And I don't know if it was, I don't think it was necessarily a minutes thing. Played 12.5 minutes, which is what you would expect. And I wouldn't even say that Mannion was really putting that much pressure on him defensively, at least for a couple of those turnovers.
Yeah, just a lapse in concentration with the ball handling. Obviously Brown, confident dribble, but just took his fingers off the rock for a split second and lost it.
Just saw Gary Brown and Nico Mannion talking to each other here at the start of the second half of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying game between Italy and Puerto Rico in Belgrade. We're underway. And Condit and a late push called on Italy, and Condit was so active early on, and here he is right away being active as well.
Well, that is execution. You heard it in the huddle. Cassiano wanted Condit to get the ball diving towards the rim, want him to dunk it, but was able to draw the foul and heads to the line.
This is where Italy have been exceptional in the game at the free throw line, 12 of 12. So Puerto Rico cannot afford to miss free throws in this game. They're now 2 of 4. And again, just making 1 of 2. Condit.
See here, Mannion getting the start in the second half over Spissu.
And Tonu just knifes his way in and scores.
A nice move there from Tonit. Piñeiro's been quiet here tonight, scoreless so far.
He hasn't really had to score, though, the way they've had it going. Here he is. He's got a chance. He heard you. And that's going to be over and back. Why didn't Brown try to save it? I guess he didn't want to trigger a fast break or something. And the cracks are showing for Puerto Rico now, facing this Italian pressure.
Yeah, Italy with a chance to make it the closest it's been since the first quarter.
And Tonu.
Yeah, off the ball foul. Seems like they ran into each other, head-to-head contact. Have a look there on the left-hand side of your screen.
Yeah,
Clavel trying to fight through the screen.
That one looks like it definitely hurt both guys. And you can see they exchanged low fives there. Fascinating opening game between these two. Shot clock winding down, and going to keep it at this end with 3.2 seconds remaining.
And more contact here. Piñeiro.
Oh, we caught the left hand of Tessitore. And Tessitore threw his left elbow right into Piñeiro. Did you see that?
Illegal screen. Easy call there for the referees.
Wow. No. He definitely, all credit to Piñeiro. He just took the punishment and gets on with the game. Man, he's tough. That was mean. Here's Condit, and again, Tessitore.
Yeah, gamble there going for the steal.
Tessitore's going to have to come out of the game. 2 quick fouls. Well, he gets that's an okay from Meo Sicchetti. I think he liked his toughness, but he's got to play under control. Brown from the arc. There he goes again, Gary Brown.
Well, he needed that after, like you said, those turnovers. Seems like he was just slowing down a little bit. Picks it back up with a 3.
Tonu has it knocked out of his hands. Here comes Clavel. Pulls up from the arc, I think, and a short. Good effort, though, by Ortiz. However, it is corralled by Tonut.
Yeah, probably had a couple big guys running towards the rim there that he could have found.
But defensively, if you're a Puerto Rico fan, that's what you want to see. A little bit more intensity on this end, but Fontecchio very cleverly, very patiently able to get it down low as Tessitore looks on from the Italian bench. A little bit frustrated to have to come out of the game. He wants to be out there scrapping away.
Well, Fontecchio's been Italy's best player here tonight. 11 points, 5 rebounds.
Oh, good recovery there by Meli and Fontecchio.
Condit wants to go one-on-one in the post, right at Meli.
Oh boy, that's a tough shot. Mannion down to Meli. Decides to pass it back out to Mannion. Go! Here come the Italians.
Again, Nico Mannion. And you get to practice with Steph Curry every day.
Wow.
Three-point shot's going to look pretty good sometimes.
Brown. Clavel, he gets it right back.
Big time shot there from Clavel. Again, this is a man who shot 60% from three in the America Cup qualifiers. And so far, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc.
Fontecchio again, great catch. He hands it off to Polonara, back outside to Melli. And he goes right down the lane and takes a shot to the head. I think it was by Ortiz. Look at this, watch it.
The lane wide open there.
No, he just had his arm extended.
Yeah, no malintention there.
No.
You see Mannion's nice looking three from the top of the key. And Clavel's answer on the other end.
Actually, Ortiz went up to check on him at the line to make sure he was okay. So Melli misses the first free throw miss of the day for Italy.
Melli looking for his first point.
That is incredible. He's had a tough day at the office.
He's had a tough year, to be honest, but you know, expect things to turn around here for him.
Can you believe it?
Puerto Rico unable to collect the rebound, though. Just hung on the rim for that extra bounce. Threw the timing off.
It is a real battle right now for Melli. Just trying to get something positive going offensively. Fontecchio, meanwhile, no battle for him. He just keeps on keeping on.
Oh,
and Mannion with the steal and the putback. What a play. Italy with all the momentum. What almost a disastrous turnover by Puerto Rico.
We talked about it. They were so careful with that ball in the first quarter. And that was one of the more careless turnovers you'll see on the inbound. Ortiz
and Polonara.
Just such a great play by him. And Mannion fishing through contact.
Mismatch. We can switch. 4 and 3 can switch. Even 2, 3, and 4 can switch. Fuck it. If there's something, if there's a switch and they go to the post, we send them, we go black. You already know it. There's a post, we send them baseline and we go. He dive, and we match up. We go black. Okay? Hey, go fit side with movement. Give me some movement out there. Okay? 2. 4, 1, 5, 3, 2. Hey, hand up. Ball, hand up, hand up. But we going up. So when he's coming to hand off with him, the 3, we going over, and it's 5. It's 1, 5, and 2. Okay? You corner, so he can go either side. Hey.
So what was once a 17-point lead for Puerto Rico is now just 3 points after that terrific play by Polonara, getting the steal on the inbounds pass and then getting it to Mannion for the layup. And again, very dangerous play here. Mannion almost coming up and taking it away. And Brown looks over at us. Maybe we're speaking too loud there, Josh. He looks tired. You know, in that first half, it was Puerto Rico with all the bounce, and right now it's the Italians.
Yeah, no question. Mannion really a difference maker here. 10 points, second player for Italy in double figures. Just
wow. You were asking about him. Cassiano raising his hands like, I told you so. He's saying, get your hands up on defense. Mannion goes past Brown. And good help defense by Condit. Boy, what a terrific play by Tonu to catch that pass from Polonara. Here's Polonara for 3. The extra effort does not end up with points.
Melli not even looking at the rim on the catch. Nice
Brown
pass.
again. Oh, goodness me!
Dios mío. George Condit, the pick, the roll, the dunk in his face.
Wow.
Let him know. Check it out one more time, and that is at the peak of the elevation. The rim cam almost put Polonara in the rim.
You know you're good when you can absorb the contact and finish like that. Two huge sequences, really, as Johan Rosso goes over to check something.
Said, hey, that was too violent. That was too violent of a dunk. We got to talk about it.
But, you know, some good thing. Okay, so the net has torn, so they're going to have to fix it, I'm guessing. They're going to talk about it?
It really was too violent of a dunk. So we're going to have a pause here in the game. Let's check it out one more time. He rolls hard to the basket. And then, yeah, you see the net, the string kind of pops out there. And probably have to get a ladder in here. And
I guess Cassiano, that's what he was talking about. Take it to the rim and dunk it. Be strong. Condit's been huge, hasn't he? I mean, he has been, it's hard to believe he's only got 7 points. It feels like he's been much more influential.
Yeah, well, all three dunks have been with a lot of authority. And once again, Condit, 20 years old, you know, only averages 4 points per game in NCAA for Iowa State, but obviously that's a major program and a major conference. And the Chicago native making everyone in the Midwest proud here, all the way from Belgrade.
So they're going to bring a ladder out, gives both teams a chance to go and sit down, and I'm guessing Puerto Rico would rather not have this little break after kind of asserting themselves, but also I have to say it does seem like Gary Brown is a little tired as you look at him. It's understandable. He's doing the business, isn't he? 14 points, 10 assists. So maybe he will welcome this break. So again, as why don't we just pipe down here? We'll let you listen in.
So you can get that slip on in. Okay? So I got him right here. So he's coming in, setting the screen. They're gonna hard hedge. Turn it back. We going this side right through the middle.
So 56-48, Italy on top of Italy. And the reason being we've got a break is because after that George Condit dunk, the twine, the net, one of them ripped away from one of the rungs, and they've had to come out and surgically repair it.
I mean, he blew up the net. Let's just be honest. You know, if you ever play basketball, it happens sometimes on a three-pointer, but you know,
I'm just glad he didn't shatter the backboard. I don't want that kind of delay.
It was close. It was close. You see any cracks in it? Okay, no, we're good to go.
But that could happen as long as he's on the court, because he is playing ferociously. He's at the line.
Can't complete a three-point play, though.
He's missed a couple free throws now, and nevertheless, Puerto Rico back on top by 8. Italy have had a chance to regroup, and now it's Italy with a turnover. Boy, that's been a difficult spot for the point guard right in midcourt.
Yeah, that's the 4th backcourt violation we've seen in this game. You know, it's usually rare to see 1, let alone 4. You know, again, it's a sloppy play, it's a good defense. High screen again, Condit, 2-man game action with Mannion on defense.
Brown tried to bring some rain. Good rebound. Ortiz banks it in.
Right place, right time for Ortiz.
Mannion avoids Brown. Got him on his back. Passes it back to Melli.
Yeah, Melli not looking to shoot.
Oh, beautiful pass, and Polonara is fouled as well.
So Mannion really, we said he's going to turn it up a little bit, and he has done just that. You see the baseline drive, feeding Polonara, just diving to the cup. Takes the contact from Clavel and finishes.
3 fouls on Clavel. He will stay in the game. Tonut goes out meanwhile, and Vitali checks into the game for the first time.
Yeah, we haven't seen him yet. Vitali, you know, 15 points per game in the Eurobasket qualifiers. Great shooter.
Very experienced. Michele Vitali.
Younger brother of Luca Vitali, of course.
Brown goes behind his back. Mannion moving his feet well. Now they switch. Somebody's got to be open. Ortiz. Pinheiro.
Good contest.
And Fontecchio got right up in his face. Now Mannion, and just goes right kind of through Brown, who went down.
Well, they wanted the flop. You see the behind the back dribble to elude Brown. Got away with a little left hand shove there, maybe.
Now Brown shoved a little bit himself, and then Pinheiro drives in. Oh boy. He had the layup. Fontecchio, meanwhile, going the other way. Polonara. The pace picking up. Vitali over to Melli. Now they get it down low to Polonara, being pushed out by Pinheiro. Melli from the arc.
Still no points for Melli. 0 of 5 now. But this Brown-Mannion matchup has gotten a little testy. Oh, offensive foul
on Condit. So that is three fouls, I believe, on Condit. Yes, it is.
Well, if you remember when Puerto Rico went to their bench, that's when they made a run there in the first half with Gandia. And now you got Parker as well back on the floor. And Andahar.
So Ortiz has the tough assignment on Polonara. And he leaves him wide open. Not a good idea. Italy now down by only 2 points. Boy, you can only salute them. They were down 17 points. They have battled back. And reaching in and coming up almost with a steal, Fontecchio. Wow, what a player. His anticipation.
And you see there Polonara spotting up. And that's the reason why he was 44% from 3 this year for Baskonia.
Gandia left open. Now Italy with Melli with the rebound. They can tie it or take the lead. Fontecchio, they've got the lead.
He's feeling it.
What a comeback from the Azzurri. Even in this half, they faced adversity. And you do wonder if that little breakage helped them. Puerto Rico have called timeout.
Hey, el problema es que nos rompemos toda la jugada porque nos pusieron presión. No dejes que te hagan eso. Tirando tiros de Navidad. Tranquilo. Estamos ahí, estamos con ellos. Nos volvemos a la guerrilla, con calma, paciencia, mueve la bola. Te ponen presión, baja la cabeza y va 1 contra 1. Tranquilo. Dame algo que sea con el equipo. Together, come on.
Queda mucho juego.
Queda juego con cojones, papá. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Hey, ahora, watch the press. What I want, 4 take the ball out. I want the 5 right here.
Fontecchio hitting the big go-ahead three-pointer. Remains to be seen if they stay ahead. But right now, the way this game has flowed, really, I mean, since that first, what was it, opening 15 minutes, Italy have been getting back in the game. And here they are finally taking the lead.
No, Fontecchio really exerting himself here in this third quarter. He's got 16 points on the night to go with 6 rebounds. And now Puerto Rico, they were down a little bit, down 3, I think, in that first quarter, leading the rest of the way. How do they bounce back now? Keep in mind that Italy keeping their second half starters on the floor. So we got to think about the fatigue factor as well.
Remember, the winner of this game will face the team that finishes second in Group A. The loser will have to take on Serbia in the semifinals. Clavel drives in.
Tough shot.
Was indeed Mannion open floor. Has it knocked away, but he's fouled by Ortiz.
You mentioned that there's a potential matchup between Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic in the semifinal, which would be very interesting. Obviously, Philippines have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, all bets are off. Certainly those two teams have surprised us with how well they played against Serbia in their opening games. So Nico Mannion off target here with his first attempt, but I don't think there's any question, at least in this game anyway, he has been the man at point. He has really had presence out there, hasn't he?
Yeah, 4 assists to go with his 12 points. Playing great defense on Brown, who was hitting his shots, and he'll take a well-deserved break here as Spissu checks back in. Obviously, Paiola still injured for Italy. Another near turnover.
So Gandia brings it up, guarded by Spissu. Sosa played well in the first half. And great defense by Vitali. And look at that. Puerto Rico losing track of the shot clock.
You can see the momentum has really shifted now. Italy with a chance to get its biggest lead of the game in this possession. Still plenty of time, obviously.
This is where Puerto Rico have to really hunker down, play some D. You got to get a hand in the face of the shooters. Fontecchio again, same spot. Different result this time. Andujar explodes to the basket, gets it to the corner. Now Vitali coming out on Ganti, picks up the dribble. Good hands. And another turnover, and they are out of sync completely, and they don't really have any answers other than to sub Ortiz out and to bring Pinheiro back in.
And it's now 10 turnovers for Puerto Rico. And more free throws to come.
Yeah, the only good thing now for Puerto Rico is that the Italians have started to miss some free throws, which didn't look like. They see Paiola over there looking. So we'll wait to see what his situation is. Also coming back in, Bricci. Melli goes out, so plenty of options for the Italians. And interesting, you might have seen Gandia looking up in the stands. He was talking to Carlos Arroyo about something. Former Puerto Rico star. Still now with the team, and as Josh mentioned, in a general manager capacity. So he only makes 1 of 2.
Also a reggaeton star, if you're a fan of that music, Carlos Arroyo.
Which Josh clearly is, because he was watching it before the game.
Scouting.
Gandia. And another turnover. Puerto Rico just out of sync offensively.
Well, they're going to bring Brown back in. Probably on the next possession. Or Brown was trying to insert himself into the game, I should say.
Puerto Rico kind of falling apart before our eyes here. Polonara from deep. It's good.
Polonara,
he's incredible.
Yeah, he's been heating up as well. 16 points to match Fontecchio's 16. And those two have proved really tough for the Puerto Ricans to guard. They're both, was it 6'8", 6'9"?
Parker called for the foul on Vitali, setting a pick. Sent Vitali crashing to the hardwood. Watch this. Just didn't have his feet set.
See there, Polonara with a three-pointer, a lefty, smooth with it. Fans loving it.
What was he strumming away there?
That was Polonara's third three-pointer of the game.
I mean, you can only be impressed by how Italy have come back from a 17-point deficit to now lead by 6 points.
And also 4 fouls on Parker, so he's on the bench. Spissu, chance to run here.
Good break there. The long rebound for Puerto Rico, but Brown elects to hold it up for the last shot, he hopes, of the first quarter, or the third quarter.
At this point, Puerto Rico just needs a shot attempt.
Brown for 3. Well, he got it up. Threw it a little too hard, Polonara. Threw it on a line drive, but most of his shots have been excellent today. And Italy, with 10 minutes remaining, they lead 64-58 over Puerto Rico.
Well, you see the stats there. As Jeff mentioned, 6-point lead for Italy, thanks to, once again, the free throws. Also, 3-pointers starting to fall. Overall, they're only shooting 42% from the field, but it's their defense that's gotten back into the game, forcing 13 turnovers since the end of that first quarter. As we check out some of the best plays of that third quarter. You know, at one point after that Condit dunk, it seemed like Puerto Rico had all the momentum, built an 8-point lead. Obviously, there was a pause in the play because of the net. Then Condit missed a free throw, and ever since then, it's just been all Italy. (27-14) advantage in that third quarter for Italy. So really coming alive, as you see there, the play of the game so far. Although they'll really appreciate it more if it's in a winning effort.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. And I don't know. I mean, it's been a weird game from Puerto Rico. I mean, they've gone from looking like a team that could win this Olympic qualifying tournament over the first, 15 minutes to a team that's just kind of lost its way here and just trying to find the path. It's like they've kind of were going out for a nice walk in the woods, and they've gotten off the path and they can't get back on.
No, the intensity was just higher than Italy's in the first half. And like you said, I don't know, you know, obviously Fontecchio hitting shots is a big deal. Polonara hitting shots as well. And those two guys not getting any rest here as they'll both start the fourth quarter. You can see it right there up close and personal. Give that man a pat on the back. Oh, Vitali.
Oh, wow, they're really pouring it on right now, the Azzurri. And a tale, really, of two halves for Puerto Rico. Brown back outside to Pinheiro, gets down the baseline. He was fouled by Ricci.
I'm not sure why he's upset. Maybe probably with himself. See the nice pump fake to get Ricci off balance and then draws the contact. It's 3 fouls now on Ricci. Talk about the free throws, 15-19 for Italy, just 2 of 6 for Puerto Rico.
Six different players for Italy have hit threes now as well. They've spread it out. And when it rains, it pours for Puerto Rico. Even the free throws are not going down. So Pinheiro makes the second. That's a really, doesn't have a nice looking stat line. Not what you would expect. Certainly they could use him to really step up here in this fourth quarter. Vitali, oh, it might have gotten away with a push. No, they got it. Good job stepping in front, Clavel.
Yeah, good defense there from Clavel, just moving his feet. Felt the contact and just fell to the ground.
So Brown back in, going up against Spissu. Here is Andujar. Somebody really needs to set it. Here it is. It's going to be Andujar. He gets blocked by Vitali, who's doing everything. What effort by Vitali. protecting the rim.
Yeah, Endahar seemed like he had a clear lane to the basket. Went up with the left hand, but not strong enough. Take another look here. Vitali meeting him.
Wow.
Great block.
Put him on the SWAT team. Clavel. Perhaps he's got some answers. Much needed.
I mean, he's a bona fide scorer. That's what he does. And he has no problem putting this team on his back here in the fourth quarter. 6-point game.
Condit cuts off the progress. Now Pinheiro swiping in. You can't leave Polonara open. Nor Vitali, nor this man, Fontecchio. Plenty of options. Also, Ricci can shoot it.
Tough shot. Good defense there from Clavel.
Good box out as well by
Look out for the lob. Oh, he didn't miss. Oh,
and they get it to Condit. And he puts it up in the end. And Brown, excellent work on the boards from Brown. I think Condit didn't need to go back up with that the way he did.
Spin move.
Nice what a handoff to Pinheiro and 2 free throws. Great work by Brown. He gets the offensive rebound, then he goes back in and he gets Pinheiro cutting to the basket.
You see the footwork there, getting Ricci off balance. Pinheiro doesn't stand around. Strong cut, draws the foul, and we'll have a timeout here on the floor.
So exceptional effort from Gary Brown, and
he's on triple-double watch.
Yeah, he is indeed. So Italy, talking about it, up by 6 points.
C'è il tiro. Tonno, c'è il tiro. Se non c'è il tiro, passaggio, ti riapri, giochiamo il pick and roll, hai capito? Questo si apre e poi ne abbiamo 2 qua. E vediamo se questo qui aiuta, lo buttiamo dentro. Hai capito? Se fa contenimento, il 5 basso contenimento. Tu giochi più dentro, hai capito? Se non riesci a darla a lui, lo mandi via.
Well, we're in for what's going to be a thrilling finish. 8 minutes to go, 6-point game. Pinheiro at the free throw line, and Jeff mentioned it going into the timeout. Gary Brown was putting together a phenomenal stat line, 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 11 assists to go at 4 steals. Does have those 4 turnovers, but 4 more rebounds to give him a triple-double here in this Olympic Qualifier Tournament.
Yeah, he hasn't turned it over, though, since that bad spell. Pinheiro takes his time.
You see Mannion back on the floor for Italy.
Tonut also back in. So Spissu and Vitali have gone out. Great minutes, by the way, by Michele Vitali. So Mannion's had a chance to catch his breath. Now he is being guarded by Clavel instead of Brown. Ricci.
Yeah, too much hesitation before the shot. Big possession here.
Momentum swinging just a little bit here, but Pinheiro has to knock that down. He's in such a good spot. Mannion, meanwhile, doesn't miss. And that's a 5-point swing.
That's why he's on this team. He's a big-time player, making big-time play right there.
Mannion has gone up to 16 points. Andujar. Not sure he's going to take on Fontecchio. It's it back to Clavel. Shot clock about to expire. Clavel, very difficult shot. Italy back on top by 7. Fontecchio. Ricci, good! That's what he does.
Yeah, back-to-back threes there for Italy. Stretches the lead out to 10. Great ball movement as well. Fontecchio, unselfish driving kick.
And a hold or a foul on, who is it, on Brown?
Yeah, I think so. I think call him for initiating a contact with a grab. See there.
Oh, yeah, he grabbed him with the right arm.
It's a tough call, but see a nice pass from Fontecchio. Richie just missed one, but doesn't miss that one. Mannion in transition. Brown goes under the screen.
Look at
3-pointers are raining in here. It's 12 now for Italy.
Six and a half minutes remaining. Mannion up and a little long. Clavel with the rebound. And this time he's going to take it all the way. He's going to get blocked out of bounds by Polonara.
So Fontecchio gets a rest. 6 minutes to go here. Don't imagine he'll be on the bench for too long.
The inbound at Clavel. And unsportsmanlike foul called on, it looks like, Tonut.
Well, they wanted the and one. Oh, wow, the trip.
No doubt about it.
And then one of the goaltending. So the referees will discuss. They'll definitely get those 2 free throws. So Tonut lost his balance and tried to recover by tripping the shooter. You don't see that every day.
So we're going to be quiet, let them go look at it, and we'll listen to the refs.
The ball is going up. The ball is going up. We have a review to downgrade or keep the unsportsmanlike on this situation. For me, it's a.
I want to see the leg.
Which angle do you prefer?
With the regular speed, please.
Look, he's unbalanced because of the first. It's a normal basketball play. We need to downgrade the foul.
No. For me, still.
No. Believe me. I'm
Just
sure.
Show me in a regular speed, please. First,
Yeah,
I
no.
want to check. Okay,
Believe me.
I only see you. But first, I want to check about the leg.
He is unbalanced because of the first screen.
Is it possible to have it with the regular speed?
It's a regular play. It's normal basketball play. Downgrade and then it was after shooting 2 shots.
Then your decision, huh?
Yeah, okay, I will show.
Please
Okay.
show it.
Okay.
Well,
We got a normal foul. Normal foul to number 7 body, and we got 2 shots.
Josh, Johan Rosso is a great referee. I respect him, but I respectfully disagree there. That to me looked like he intentionally stuck his right leg out. He felt like he was just trying to get his balance. And even Jenner Yomas, you heard him say, "This is your decision," because he was clearly thinking it was the other way.
yeah, they want to take responsibility there. Split decision from the referees, but the crew chief,
we know
it's his call.
Yeah, and we know that they're going to be reviewing this after the game. And we see these guys in the hotel, and that's what they do. And that's why they're so good at their craft, because they do review these things. And I am very interested to hear what the referees and instructors are going to say on that one. I think that's a tough break. It goes without saying for Puerto Rico.
You think it was impacted by the fact that Clavel didn't fall and it wasn't really a nasty outcome?
I don't know.
Only 1 point from that.
Yeah, that could have been a 5-point trip down the floor. It ends up being a 1-point trip. And I'm pretty sure if Castellano saw what we saw, he would have been upset. Here's Clavel going right to the basket. Wow, that was a big-time play by Clavel.
So it's a 7-point game, 73-66. There you see it on the scoreboard. Melly getting ready to check back in.
Abbas. Oh, I get swatted by Parker. And Pinheiro gets his way in there and banks it in. And suddenly, more quickness, more athleticism, more direct play from the Puerto Ricans. And they've cut that deficit down to just 5.
Well, 2 great defensive plays leading to transition opportunities.
Polonara. It's unbelievable how the change, the tempo of the game has changed for the Boricua. Clavel, good! Goodness gracious me! They have risen from the dead. Puerto Rico closing the gap to just 2 points.
Well, they got those 5 points after all on multiple possessions. Let's listen in here to the Italian timeout.
Abbiamo dimezzato, adesso abbiamo lasciato il loro tiratore qua a 4 metri. Di cosa? Simone, va nel posto di avanti. Andiamo. Forza, forza. Dobbiamo rigiocarcelo un'altra volta. Come molliamo un attimo e così. Forza. Dai, ragazzi, accoppiamoci. Forza. Occhio alla rimessa adesso. Andiamo.
Well, you saw that telling stat. There are 9 turnovers in the third quarter for Puerto Rico. Only 2 here as Clavel, long distance.
He's been the difference, hasn't he? You know, we were wondering who was going to step up. Obviously, Pinheiro as well has been tough. But Clavel has, as you said, can carry a team offensively. I don't think there was any doubt that 3 was going in. You know, when he had the ball in his hands and you could see he was pulling up, you and I both knew it was going in.
I mean, he shot that from Puerto Rico, honestly, but Clavel, 20 points now, which is just about his average in the American qualifiers.
I don't know what. Tonu's back in the game. Clavel and Melli were talking about something there.
Fontecchio also back on the floor.
Boy, Italy must be thinking, wow, where did this Puerto Rico? They've come back. The same team we're facing in the first 15 minutes. Fontecchio gets it down to Melli. Still cannot get it to go. Look at the hustle from Brown. Clavel and good contest from Tonu, who then gets ahead on the break. And Italy go back by 4. Excellent work by the Italians to get out on the break.
Yeah, great pass there. The lead pass from Mannion, picking up his 5th assist.
Brown had his way cut. Good defense by Melli, forcing the turnover.
Yeah, his 7th of the game. Again, Brown's had the ball in his hands for a large portion of the Puerto Rican offense. That time just can't take care of the ball.
Oh, excellent work again by Clavel. And I'm surprised they called a foul there. He obviously saw the hack.
Let's take another look here. Clavel trailing the play. Oh, his left hand was in there in the cookie jar.
That's number 4 on Clavel. Well, Clavel arguing, saying he didn't touch him. Now he's got to be careful. He's the one player they cannot afford to lose. Oh boy, Mannion exploded to the basket. And
Hard
both
falls.
players going down hard. Mannion and Pinheiro.
That's always dangerous.
I mean, Mannion got knocked off balance, not by Pinheiro, but by another. I don't know if it was Andujar or Parker.
Yeah, they gave the foul to Andujar.
And then he took the contact as well from Pinheiro. So Mannion at the line. Clavel really having words with Yona Yilmaz, saying how the foul has given him 4, and it's cost him. But, you know, you're a referee. You got to call what you see. If he saw a foul, he's got to call it.
Mannion splits the free throws. It's 4-6 now from the line. 5-point game.
Here's Brown, gets to the elbow,
nice
finds
pass.
underarm for the two-handed jam. Excellent work. Their lack of execution for a spell in this game was stunning for Puerto Rico, but they've suddenly rediscovered it.
Well, that gives Brown 15 assists if you're keeping track.
He's having an incredible game, folks. Polonara, wow, what a finish. 18 points now for Polonara, makes him the leading scorer for Italy. 3 minutes remaining and a real thriller between Puerto Rico and Italy. Brown, back to Parker, Pinheiro. They've got to shoot it. Brown, and shot clock violation.
So it's going to be another turnover, I believe. It's the 17th of the game.
Oh, Condit's going to come back in. We've forgotten about him. So he comes back in for Parker.
Puerto Rico with 3 team fouls as well as we're under the 3-minute mark.
Clock is suddenly becoming the enemy here. Clavel kind of fights through. Remember, he's got 4 fouls, Clavel. Mannion puts on the deck, goes in, out to the corner. Fontecchio, that's his spot. Good!
It's a big-time shot and a nice pass from Mannion. Fontecchio, the most consistent scorer.
Yeah, Simone, automatic Fontecchio from the right corner. One of his many spots on the floor. Bounce pass to Condit. He doesn't get it cleanly. He's able to get it back. And then Brown drives in, scores with the left hand. Continues to deliver. 16 points, 15 assists, 8 rebounds for Gary Brown.
Goes to the steal, gets it. He's got Condit.
And gets swatted, and then great work. Oh! Excellent hustle, and in the end, Puerto Rico come out smelling like a rose because they stuck with it.
Well, Brown.
Look at Brown.
Got the steal. Melly with a great chase down block. Pinheiro wanted the foul, no call, and then Condit right there for the putback and one. And that's a tough sequence of events for.
This is some incredible basketball, Josh. We're watching some great hoops here in Belgrade. Every single game, they miss the free throw. They want the over and back.
On the tip on the rebound is fine. Can they make this a 4 or 5 point possession? They want 5.
And Brown called for a little niggly foul from behind. That would have closed the gap to just 1, but with a minute and a half remaining, still trailing by 4. Look at this. Fontecchio. Again, just automatic. 3 of 6 from the arc. So I guess he's not completely automatic, but he's at 7 of 12 overall from the floor, 6 rebounds.
We're seeing a full court man-to-man press here from the Boricuas. 4th foul on Condit. They gave it to Condit? Thought that was Brown.
Yeah, no, it should be. No, Condit already had 4. I'm pretty sure it was definitely on Brown. You're right, they called it on Condit. Anyway, there's a Mannion to Fontecchio, Polonara, good! All that time in the gym practicing for 3. I mean, he's incredible.
I'm telling you, Fontecchio and Polonara just almost interchangeable at this point.
Clavel, get it!
It's a tough shot.
Wow, Clavel, terrific.
They're going to check to see if it was a 3. Seemed like one referee called it a 2 and another one called it a 3. So a little discussion here between the officials.
Boy, you can only applaud Clavel for how he's been digging in. We'll pipe down and listen to the refs.
We'll review the video in order to see if it's 2-point shot or 3-point shot. You got the right feet on the line, it must be 2 points. Okay? You valid it?
Yeah.
Two points, right feet on the line.
So you heard that, 2-pointer after all, still a 5-point lead here for Italy.
Mannion, boy, just gets in, scores with a layup. Clavel couldn't do too much because he's got the foul trouble. In the final minute, 45 seconds remaining, 7-point lead for Italy. Clavel fouled while attempting the 3 by Spissu.
Well, they're leaving the door open.
Yeah, not a good foul.
Looks like they're going to call it on Polonara on the contest.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You know, shooters have gotten...
Well, just think if he had made that.
Right. They want to contest, but...
That's the type of play, that's the only type of play, really, that you would think would bring Puerto Rico back right now. How incredible is it? You have such a marvelous shooter like Clavel, and then he goes to the line, and nobody's guarding, he misses, but, I mean, you could see he's tired.
Oh, no. Puerto Rico, 6 of 15 from the free throw line, and, you know, that's an easy one to point to after this game if they don't come away with the win.
It's got to be the complete game, doesn't it? And I still think they can probably draw some encouragement from this performance today. Conte's back in. So still 2-possession lead. Well, effectively, if you look at 2 3-pointers. And Puerto Rico playing the D. Now they got Spissu.
Dangerous pass. Nice fake.
Wow. Fontecchio, just marvelous. His decision making. Clavel trying to get the shot up.
Well, between Fontecchio, Polonara, and Mannion, all 3 just playing an excellent game here. You see Mannion commits that foul, but he's got 19 points. Fontecchio 21, Polonara 21. It's actually not too bad defense.
No, I'm impressed. Gosh knows. It's like you said, I mean, he's practicing against the likes of Steph Curry every day. So it stands to reason that he's going to be pretty decent.
Yeah, Mannion is on a 2-way contract with the Warriors, but did see a lot of playing time this past year.
He's got some sparkle to his game, that's for sure. He's also got some sparkle to his shoes. Now we got the clock is stopped, 8-point lead. These are the only 2 teams left in this group. Obviously, you see Polonara's numbers, just a terrific all-around game. It's tough to pick a player of the game for this team, but I guess you'd have to say Polonara.
Or Fontecchio.
Well, Fontecchio as well, yeah. I mean, Polonara's got higher rated efficiency-wise, but I guess with this much time, Josh, I mean, it ain't over, but it's unlikely, especially if they keep missing free throws.
Yeah, Fontecchio a +23 and plus minus.
Good defense by Brown, but they're going to call the foul. I think Brown must have played some baseball, the way he threw that ball down the court. Here we go. You know, Mannion's strong.
Especially for his age, right? Only 20 years old. Chance here to get a 20th point of the game. And honestly, I think the free throw shooting might be the difference.
I mean, you know, with Puerto Rico, I think what's going to hurt is they're going to know they were up by 17 points in this game. That's one. And then second, they've missed so many free throws. Brown goes in hard there. And Andujar follows up the miss. Back to a 6-point deficit. They got to get the stop. 7.7 seconds remaining. They need a minor miracle right now.
Brown fouls out.
Great. You know, okay, so he plays the number of minutes. He does so many good things. You live with his mistakes.
I mean, he filled out the stat sheet. 16 points, 16 assists, 9 rebounds, 7 turnovers, 5 steals, and 5 fouls.
How many times do you almost get a triple-double and end up on the losing team?
And foul out.
And you say he had 7 turnovers? So
a little bit of everything.
Could have gone for 4. A
quadruple-double.
Yeah, quadruple-double.
The wrong kind of quadruple-double.
Yeah, you don't want that.
But still, what a performance here from Italy. Got to give them a lot of credit, especially here in the second half.
So Gandia, again, Puerto Rico. Clavel able to get it back, puts up a 3. That's it. Perhaps fitting. Wonderful sportsmanship at the end. These guys really appreciated the competition. Amazing, well, just a enthralling encounter. Yeah, and I think Serbia watching this game knows whoever, if they're going to get to the Olympics, they're going to have to beat some good teams. They're reminded of that. Italy winning it 90-83 over Puerto Rico. Josh, Italy were down 17 points. Puerto Rico had the wind in their sails. Italy have come back to win it. And again, the missed free throws crucial for Puerto Rico, but also the belief in the Italians and what they do defensively, offensively. They got so many weapons. I mean, I'm not sure I've seen this good of a shooting team from Italy in a long time.
Well, you see there 14 knocked the three-pointers that they knocked down, shot 37, so weren't afraid to let it fly. 58% from 2, shot 46% for the game, made 18 free throws. You see there plus 10 from the free throw line. Although Puerto Rico did out-rebound them by 3, those turnovers were also those costly, right? It was like 4 or 5 turnovers in a row. You know, in that third quarter, they committed 9 of them and just kind of took them out of the game. You see the top scorers. Very balanced scoring for Italy. 3 players with 21 points apiece. Clavel leading the way for Puerto Rico at 24. Brown, phenomenal game for him with 16. And this game very similar to the one in the World Cup in China, which Italy won 94-89 over Puerto Rico. Today it's 90-83. So every time these two teams match up, it's a thrilling game of basketball. Check out the best plays of the second half action.
How do you choose the best plays? I mean, they were all great plays. They're all the best plays. This game, it was riveting. Yeah. Whether it was Mannion, Clavel, Fontecchio, Polonara, Brown. I mean, this was big time. You know, they've had the luxury of, I suppose, of not having played for the first 2 days of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament. You know, does this help these two teams moving into the semifinals?
Well, Italy now, you know, gets a chance to play either Dominican Republic or the Philippines in that semifinal on Saturday. Meanwhile, we already know that Puerto Rico will have to play against Serbia on their home floor. You know, they do get a couple of days of rest here before that game.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than the time that they met in the final back in the 2016. I mean, I'm guessing I would expect it to be closer. This Puerto Rico team, if they can, you know, they can build on this.
Well, you know, they were really, I want to say the undoing was Fontecchio and Polonara just knocking down so many outside shots, and they had no answer for that. Will they have an answer for Marjanovic? That's the next question. Obviously, Serbia dealing with a couple of injuries as well, as we saw from last night's game and press conference. So, you know, what Serbian side are we going to see? Is it 8 players, or, you know, can they get a couple more healthy bodies?
And meanwhile, Italy know that A, they can come from behind. B, they've got some real studs in their team. They have to like their chances in this Olympic qualifying tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Mannion, you know, came off the bench. Let's not forget that. But I think he's kind of established himself as the premier point guard on this team. Spisu, you know, 3 points and 3 assists for his efforts. Mannion, 21 points to go along with 6 assists. And some great defense on Brown at opportune times.
There's a lot to like about this Puerto Rico team if you're a Boricua, but there's a lot to like about this Italian team, and I dare say that man right there must be, I mean, his trajectory has been incredible. Polonara, where he is now as a player, how he's improved.
Now, Fenerbahce are getting themselves a hooper.
So Italy win at 90-83 on game day 3. And they clinch first place in the group. And next up, the Philippines taking on the Dominican Republic to determine who goes to the semifinals to take on Italy. So one final time here from Belgrade, Italy win it 90-83 over Puerto Rico.